Alright, so Duel Overload will exist 2 weeks before the Master Rule revision. There will be a couple regionals in that window, and then we go into new ban list season. So, what are we expecting from Duel Overload? How is this going to change the impact of the metagame? And Robbie, you forgot like 4 cards, but that's okay. So, first thing I want to talk about here is the Windlink monster. Now, for those of you that don't know, this thing requires a wing beast to make. And it has the unique effect of during the end phase, you can summon a wing beast monster from your deck. Now, a lot of players are like, you know, what's the importance of this? So we have this little Thunderbird loop. And the way that the loop interacts in the current game, well, first up, we don't really have a good wing beast monster to kind of exploit for all intents and purposes. But, you know, we have Apex Avian, which is going to be your perpetrator of it, because, you know, it keeps recurring itself back to the hand every single time. So, basically, Apex Avian is going to be your infinite negator, basically, doing what he does. And then we have Mist Valley Thunderbird, which is... I hate the fact that this card actually exists. So, Mist Valley Thunderbird says, when this face-up card on the field returns to the hand, special summon it. This card cannot attack during the end phase of this turn. So, we have a nice little monster that has this continuous skill of returning to the hand. Well, Apex Avian, being the cool guy that he actually is, basically, once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can return that card to the hand. So basically, you just kind of start doing soft locks with the Thunderbird recurring back to the hand and the Apex Avian. It's cool stuff. There's a couple videos on YouTube about infinite negates. I'd recommend looking them up, but it's a cute little interaction. Number 2 on our list here is Union Carrier. Now, if you're living underneath a rock and you have not seen a discussion about Union Carrier in the last 6 months, I feel sorry for you. The Union Carrier has this extremely unique ability to equip cards from the deck to your field. You've got interactions with Orcust, ABCs. People are trying to find the safe ways to abuse Union Carrier right now. But the most famous one's going to be you equip the stupid Destruction Sword from your deck to it. And then the Destruction Sword says, your opponent can't special summon from the extra deck. And then your opponent just looks at you and goes, I hate you, duelist. Like, that's literally how this is going to go. Now, in the grand scheme of things, you have to play a brick in your deck to make this, you know, semi-viable. But, you know, people are going to do it 100% of the way. Like... To be fair, I think you're going to be massively underestimating these archetypes if you're not fully prepared. Like, especially if you're going to an event where you can actually resolve the Destruction Buster Sword and your opponent just laughs at you and equips the sword from the deck to their monster, and you're just like, alright, cool, draw for turn. And then all of a sudden you can't do anything because your extra deck's locked. Good news is you can attempt to attack over the carrier. I guess, for what it's worth. But, you know, I've seen it. I've seen the carrier be attacked over. It definitely leaves things to be desired, but it's that. Next up, we have the Spellcaster Leak. Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians. So, she's 2+ monster. She's a Link 3. And she basically says when this card is linked, someone place spell counters on this card equal to the number of spells on the field and in the graveyard. Alright, so you get to load up. She's also, she has Endymion interactions as well. So when an Endymion card or cards on the field, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. And then once per turn, you may face quick effect. You remove 3 spell counters from your field to special summon 1 monster from your hand or graveyard to your zone that this card points to. Yay, master plan. Now, it does require a spellcaster to make yay, master plan, but it does get more recurability out of this. Like, the thing we're looking forward to most out of Selene is the interaction that she provides to the Spiral deck, basically allowing you to set up, another revive. Now, getting to 3 spell counters on this is going to be no problem whatsoever. Like, you should be able to very easily access that, no problem. Now, in spell books, in Pendulum, she's going to be the nuts. Like, she's going to be another extender that you're going to be able to set up. She's got very good link arrows. I think a lot of players are really excited for her, like for both decks. Like, obviously, Triff's excited for Pendulum. But overall, what she's providing for everything? So outside of that, yeah, there's nothing else really too good to say about her. I don't think she has any other applications really in anything else. Like, those are our 2 biggest ones so far. I guess Madolche, right? I guess you could make her a Madolche, and she would be a little bit better, but I don't know. Like, those are the biggest ones. The biggest thing in the set is Needle Fiber. Now, for those of you that, once again, have been living underneath a rock for this format, we're getting How Fibrax. I'm just going to call it Needle Fiber. So, special summoning a stupid tuner from your deck. Brass Bombard, Jet Sangron, Globe Bulb. Oh, by the way, you want to make this card normal summon Globe Bulb, make Link Karibo, mill for the Globe Bulb, revive it back, make Needle Fiber, revive from the deck. They kept this card away from us when we actually had, what was it? The spellcaster chick, summon sorceress, that would allow you to special summon, because you literally just start climbing link ladders. Now we're near the end of the Link era at this point. Now the card has been deemed releasable at this point. Now we enter into this whole little escapade right now. This card is going to change the way that the game works. Only because now we have access to abuse Shooting Riser Dragon. We have access to the Wonder Magician through the opponent's turn, which both of these things, really, really good. Alright? And to top things off, more interaction windows for deck thinning, reviving monsters from the deck for explosive combo ability. This is really no stranger for the format, like, let's be honest here. So, yes, Needle Fiber, honestly, all of these cards impact the game. Not so much the Windlink monster, but Union Carrier and Selene definitely impact it. The biggest game changer of all out of this set, though, is the Holly Fibrax. Like, it's amazing. Like, they did good giving this to us. Now, we are at the end of the era, and we finally are getting the DDD Link. Everybody is excited to finally have King Gilgamesh, especially when we're going into the new Master Rule. Now, this guy is, when he's special summoned, you get to place Pendulum Scales from your deck that have DD in the name, and then you take 1,000 life, but that's fine. And then this Link Summon card cannot be destroyed by battle by an opponent's attacking monster or by an opponent's effect while in the owner's monster zone. So basically you get this really cool interaction to be able to clear out your Pendulum Scales from your deck, set up, and then actually do something that DDD never actually does, and that's, resolve a Pendulum Summon. In terms of what this deck actually brings to DDD going forward, it gives you the chance to, one, actually play good scales, actually, make use of them. Having easier access to drop your Swirl Slimes and stuff into the graveyard if you have to commit to normal summoning them. I'm most excited for DDDs out of this. I don't think DDD will be game-changing post-Master Rule revision. It's going to just... We're heading in a new direction for the game. We have 4 cards that are amazing. Then you have little King Gilgamesh that is kind of just waving, going, "Hi, I'm here." It's going to be an interesting time. So you guys think about it out of everything coming out of Duel Overload. There will be more in-depth discussions on this set because there's a lot here, and I do want to talk about a couple of things, especially Cubics. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those bell notifications, and don't miss Market Watch every Tuesday and Thursday. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs, and those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.